Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're viewing this. My name is Mike. I am the Crypto Liberal. Thanks for joining me again today. Guys, I haven't been around for a few days. I've been spending it with family, taking some time away from the charts, but I should have been making videos because we are killing it on our two trades, right? We are killing it. Our ADA trade is up 23% since I made the call. Our Ethereum trade is up 10% since I made the call. So check this out. Check this video out from 2 weeks ago tonight. 2 weeks ago tonight when we broke our support on Bitcoin, and I said I'm getting out of Bitcoin largely, right? I almost got out of all my Bitcoin and put it into two other cryptos, and it's working out perfectly. So check this out. Right? So here's the video.
Pretty much emptied my Bitcoin account. Put it into Ethereum and ADA. More into ADA than Ethereum, but this is what I'm looking at, right? Here's the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. Add support. We talked about this earlier on the channel today. Look at this. Look at that support. It's right on it. It's on it. So I got in at basically 52.052. So 1 ADA 0.052 Bitcoin. That's what I got in at. Okay, so that's that one. And then ADA to BTC. This is where I really emptied my account. I went crazy into ADA here. So this is what I did. Crazy. I went in at 0.000, 4 zeros, and we'll just call it 19. I got in. I did this one first at 0.00019 Bitcoin for an ADA, right? So that's what I did. Call me crazy, but I'm ready to make some life-changing money. I hope you are too. Pretty much.
So how's that working out, right? How's it working out? We are making over, I think, about 23% as of this moment, right before I started this video. We're making about 23% on that ADA trade from 2 weeks ago. In 2 weeks, and 10%, over 10% on an Ethereum trade in 2 weeks. And again, I've stressed this on the channel. You don't need to trade on leverage to increase your sats. You don't need to put new money into the game to increase your sats. You can just, trade in and out of the coins, right? In and out of Bitcoin, and increase your Bitcoin. So for example, if you've joined me 2 weeks ago and just moved one Bitcoin into ADA with me, you'd have 1.23 Bitcoin all of a sudden in 2 weeks. You'd increase your Bitcoin by a quarter, right? And if you had moved it one Bitcoin into Ethereum, you'd have 1.1 Ethereum in 2 weeks. So, we are, and we're not even close to the top on what's going to happen with those cryptos, Ethereum and ADA versus Bitcoin in the next few months, in my opinion. Again, this is not financial advice. You need to do your own research and make your own decisions and based on your own financial situation. But in my opinion, we're not even close to the top on what those are going to do in outperforming Bitcoin in the next few months. So I want to talk about, I haven't been here for a few days, but, Ethereum just has been crushing Bitcoin in the last few days. And we'll look at that chart in a minute. But, I pointed it out exactly at the bottom, exactly at the Ethereum to Bitcoin bottom. And I pointed out the ADA chart exactly at the bottom, exactly at the ADA to Bitcoin bottom. I didn't bring it on my channel 8 weeks ago and say, hey, this is the most bullish chart in crypto. I waited until ADA was at the exact bottom versus Bitcoin and pointed it out on this channel, and it's increased 23% in a couple weeks. And same with Ethereum, in a couple weeks. I pointed it out right at the exact bottom. So, if you appreciate that, give me a like, give me a subscribe. So let's talk about where we are in the market, right? So Bitcoin, again, hasn't moved all weekend. It went up and went down, and we're pretty much right where we finished Friday. So what's going to happen this week? Again, we need to keep an eye on the stock market. So the stock market futures are open, and they're down a little bit. After, they had a pretty good rally last week to end the week. And I told you that was going to happen. After, I think we rallied big on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I said, look for a little, sideways to a little bit down. And if that happens, we'll rally into Thursday and Friday. And that's exactly what happened, right? It's exactly what happened. I told you that would happen. So that happened. And now we're a little bit down. Not bad. After the big rally we had last week, that's not bad at all. The bigger thing I think to keep an eye open for is the DXY. So it's going down a little bit. We need that to go down more. So again, keep an eye on those going into tomorrow. Being down a little bit red, that could change drastically by tomorrow morning. So keep an eye on the futures, keep an eye on the DXY, and see where those are opening as the market opens tomorrow morning, and that will give you a big head start on what to expect from Bitcoin and crypto going into the week. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Again, has done nothing all weekend. Nothing. It's predictable at this point that wherever we finish on Friday is where we're going to open on Monday morning or Sunday night, or where we're going to finish on Sunday night when the new week starts. And I think we're about to start the new week, just like a half hour away from when I'm making this video. The weekly candle is going to close. So let's look at Bitcoin. Again, nothing has changed from my last video I made a few days ago. Bitcoin is below this blue resistance line, where you can see the blue resistance line comes from from our initial dump. We wicked way down here, and we kind of tested this as resistance, this blue line, for a few days before crashing further down to that 17.5 range where we ended up going down to. Now again, this blue line I think is going to serve as resistance, but I think the ultimate, I've said since been down here, right, for over about a week now, I said I expect us to maybe go up and challenge this red line, which again served as support, strong support for for over a month, that I had been talking about on this channel for a while, and I thought was going to hold. I was wrong; it didn't hold, but I think we're going to work our way back up to that now resistance line, and it's going to serve as pretty strong resistance. So don't be surprised. I've been saying that for well over a week now, that I anticipate a rally, and I anticipate it to go back up to that support line, now turn resistance, and get rejected. And I haven't been definitive on when that could occur. I said it could occur in a week. It could occur in a month. So I think we're going to work our way back up to that support, turn resistance, and get rejected. And hopefully it kind of works. The last time we were underneath that exact line, a year ago, we were underneath it for 3 months. Went up to it, tested it, got rejected for only about a week, and then soared through it into new all-time highs. I'm not saying we're going to go to new all-time highs once we get up there, get rejected, and get past it in a week. That's I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to go to that resistance line, get rejected, and hopefully it's only a week, and hopefully we get back above it, and hopefully that sends us up higher to to a, I'm not going to say new all-time highs. Eventually we're going to get to a new all-time highs. I just don't know if that's going to happen in 3 months, 6 months, a year, or 2 years, but it will happen. But the first thing we need to do is get above that resistance line, right? So keep paying attention to this channel. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and we will talk about this. We'll talk about it and compare it to, like I told you, the last time we were below this support line, or resistance line now. Look at this. See, we were down below it for 3 months here. 3 months. And got up to it, right about here. Got up to it, got rejected for about 7 days, and then we were off and running up to new all-time highs after we tested it as support again, right? Went up above it, tested as support, and then we were off to new all-time highs. So I anticipate, hopefully it doesn't take us 3 months to get back up there. I anticipate us coming back up to this red line, resistance, get rejected, and then back above it at some point. Now, hopefully it's a week after we get rejected. Hopefully it's only a week. We'll see, right? We have to pay attention to this channel. We will talk about it when we get there. And hopefully I'm right. Hopefully we get up to that resistance line, because that will mean that we're going to continue up. We might get rejected off that blue line, and all bets are off as to when we're going to get back up to that resistance line. This blue line right here that served as resistance back here could serve as resistance again. I mean, we've come up really close to it and haven't got past it yet, but I think that's our first key test. So again, Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and we'll talk about that all the way through. So let's look at our comparison, right? Um, so again, for new people to the channel, for 8 weeks, I've been telling you, any new money you put into ADA at this point is going to outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin by the end of the year, a year from now, and 5 years from now. And any new money put right now into ADA and Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin by, end of year, 1 year from now, and 5 years from now. And we're pretty much crushing it at this point. I mean, Ethereum has made a big move. Ethereum was lagging so far behind Bitcoin, but it has caught up immensely just in the past couple days since I made my last video. I mean, it's just, it's perfect. So let's look at, but again, I'm proving my theory, right? I'm trying to prove it to my audience. I'm trying to prove it to you. I hope you're following me, because I just don't make predictions. I put it in video format and show you what I'm doing. So every week for 8 weeks, or for 7 weeks so far, tomorrow will be the 8th week. For 7 weeks, we put $100 into each of those cryptos, ADA, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And I'm showing you, as we dollar cost average into them, how each of them are performing against each other. So we put $100 in, we put $700 into each of them, $100 each week. How is it performing? How's our little portfolio performing? Well, look at this. ADA is crushing it. $700. They're all down. They're all down in dollar value, but ADA is crushing Bitcoin. Look at ADA is crushing Bitcoin, and Ethereum is catching up. Ethereum is catching Bitcoin. It was behind Bitcoin by like $75, $80, and now it's only $33 behind. So Ethereum is catching up. And again, I haven't said it's going to happen by now. I said by the end of the year, Ethereum and ADA will surpass Bitcoin. And I said by the end of the year, ADA will surpass Ethereum and Bitcoin. Well, ADA is already crushing Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, hey, I hope you're following me. I hope you like and subscribe to this channel, because we're making awesome calls. Awesome calls. Speaking of awesome calls, let's look at that ADA chart, right? The ADA chart that I've been telling you about is the most bullish chart in crypto. So again, let's look at the ADA chart. ADA versus Bitcoin. And I like, again, for new people, I like to look at the Coinbase chart and the weekly chart. So I want to remind everybody, I'm looking at the weekly chart. I'm not looking at the 15-minute, the hourly, the 4-hourly, the daily. This is a weekly chart. So this is a long-term play. Again, I don't trade on leverage. I'm taking long-term trends and I'm playing those, and I'm increasing my Bitcoin, my sats. I'm stacking sats just by taking my Bitcoin and moving it into ADA in this situation. So let's look at what we did, right? So I told you, I brought it to this channel like 4 weeks ago now, back on this candle on the week of May 30th. And right about here, when we were challenging this downsloping red line as resistance, I said, this is the most bullish chart in crypto. The next week, we settled right on top of it. And this is the week, 2 weeks ago, when I came on the channel and said, I'm moving all my Bitcoin into ADA largely and Ethereum, when we were at 0.000019 Bitcoin. And right now, we are at 0.00002334 Bitcoin. That is a 23% return in 2 weeks, if you had followed me in 2 weeks ago. But I brought it to this channel 4 weeks ago and said it's the most bullish chart in crypto. So either way, it was at the same point, 0.000019 Bitcoin. And that's a 23% increase. So whether you followed me in 4 weeks ago when I was talking about it as the most bullish chart in crypto, or 2 weeks ago when I took all my Bitcoin and moved it into ADA largely, that's a 23% return. Every Bitcoin you moved over, you'd have 1.23 Bitcoin. Just for moving one Bitcoin over into ADA, when I said you'd have 1.23 Bitcoin. You'd stack sats without putting new money into the game, without trading on leverage. Don't trade on leverage. You don't need to. You don't need to, right? You could stack sats without trading on leverage. Don't follow these influencers that don't have your best interest in mind, that tell you to click on their link so that they can get a kickback while you're putting your entire position in jeopardy. You don't need to put your entire position in jeopardy, right? If you had moved it from Bitcoin into ADA and I was wrong, you'd still have all that ADA and you could put it back into Bitcoin. But I wasn't wrong, and I'm not wrong. And what am I waiting for? For those new to the channel, right? This is a descending wedge, right? Look at, and we were right at the apex pretty much when I said it's going to break. It broke, and we have some resistance lines here, but I'm waiting from 0.000019. I'm waiting for it to get up to here, back up to the top of this descending wedge at 0.00006. And what would that give me? A 3x return. I would 3x my Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin into 3, 2 Bitcoin into 6, 3 Bitcoin into 9. You do the math, right? No new money. Not trading on leverage. And I'm stacking sats still. Don't follow the crypto influencers who are trying to get you to trade on leverage. Don't give them a kickback. They don't have your best interest in mind. Okay, so that's the ADA chart, right? It's beautiful. It is beautiful. That is the most beautiful chart in crypto, I'm telling you. And yeah, we have a red week going on right now. It's about to close this week, and I told you this is a long-term play. It's not going to be something that's over in a month. And we have resistance levels here, those blue lines. We have resistance levels. Pay attention to this channel. Like, subscribe, because we'll talk about them. We'll talk about whether you should maybe be taking some profits. Never bad to take profits and put it back into Bitcoin or put it into dollars, whatever, you need to make your own decisions. But we'll talk about each of those resistance lines when we get to them. We haven't quite reached the first one yet. It's there. We'll talk about it as we get there. And we have another one, a bigger one probably right here. And we'll talk about that one. And there might be even ones before, after this, before we get to the 0.00006. We'll talk about each of them as we move up. So like, subscribe, and follow me, please, because we're killing it. Okay, so let's talk about the Ethereum chart. Ethereum to Bitcoin, right? So Ethereum to Bitcoin. And again, I look at the Coinbase chart, and we're looking at the weekly, a long-term play. Look at this. I didn't tell you about this chart, 4 weeks ago when we were way up here in this middle red candle. I told you about it right here at the very bottom, at the very support. I said, hey, you might want to think about taking some of your Bitcoin and moving it into Ethereum at 0.052. That's exactly where I told you. 0.052, one Ethereum for 0.052 Bitcoin. Move your Bitcoin into Ethereum. You might want to think about it. Not financial advice. You need to make your own decisions. But I told you that's what I was doing. And how's that working out for me? Look at this. Ever since I told you about it, down at the bottom right here, 2 green candles. Bounced right off my support. Perfectly. I didn't tell you back here before this chart was ripe, before this position was ripe, before it was ripe for making money. I told you at the exact moment that I was moving my Bitcoin into Ethereum. At the exact moment. So if you appreciate that, give me a like, give me a subscribe. And again, what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for it to come up to the top, this blue line, this top of this ascending triangle at 0.076. What is that? That's a 50% return almost. I think it's like 48, 49% to be exact. But a 50% return without putting new money in, without trading on leverage. I could turn 1 Bitcoin into 1.5, 2 Bitcoin into 3 without trading on leverage. Don't put your whole entire position at risk by trading on leverage. Play the coins off each other. It's not that, it's not that hard of a game. So if you appreciate that, give me a like, give me a subscribe. That's really all I have today. I think the Bitcoin week is closing here in 20 minutes, it looks like. And, we're kind of struggling right now. I look at the daily on the Bitcoin chart. We're struggling right now. We're a little red today, but, the trend is up right now. The trend is up. So keep an eye on those futures. Keep an eye on the DXY. And let's see what happens if and when we get to this blue line. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we get past it. Hopefully we get up to that red line, that red support turn resistance. And we'll talk about it. I have a feeling we're going to get up there. We're going to get rejected. And then we'll have to see how long we stay, we get rejected for. Hopefully it's only a week. But, hey, I've been largely right on this channel. I got that. I didn't think we were going to break below support. I didn't anticipate all these liquidity issues with these institutions going on. I probably should have anticipated it. My bad. That's why I thought that support would hold, but it didn't. So I got that one wrong. But the calls between moving in and out of Bitcoin into Ethereum and ADA, perfectly right, and exactly at the moment that you should have done it. I nailed exactly at the flippin' moment So if you like that, if you appreciate that, give me a like, give me a subscribe. We are going to make some more killer calls in the weeks ahead. There's a couple more charts I'm watching, and I think at least one of them might be about to turn bullish. We'll see. It might, maybe not. But again, I'm not going to bring it to you early. I'm not going to talk about it early because I don't want people jumping in it, trying to front run my call because it might not turn out right. So I'm going to wait until the moment I think it's right. And so far, right, we've nailed it every single time. So I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed your family and friends like I got to this weekend, the past couple days. It, that's the most important thing, right? These charts, they'll be here, especially on the weekends. We're here. We're the same place on Sunday as we were on Friday. So enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy the outdoors. You are so lucky to be in crypto. If you are, you're so lucky to be in this space. We're about to make some life-changing money, I think, in the next few years. So, don't give up. I know things look gloomy at the past couple weeks, but don't give up. That's all I have. I hope you're having a great day. I love you all. Thanks for watching. My name is Mike. I'm the Crypto Liberal. Good night.